Well, Lake Powell is as low as it's ever been, in my lifetime at least, but there's still a lot to see and do. In fact, Bob Reed, our good buddy with Uplake Adventures, there's actually more of Glen Canyon to experience now because the water's low.
Yeah, the water's down, historically low, but it really opens up some of these canyons and areas that have been underwater that are really fun to explore.
You're taking us to where?
Gregory Arch, up the Escalante.
Hasn't been out of the water since 1969.
Isn't that crazy?
Hey, nothing better than Lake Powell and Late Winter, 80 miles one way, and we'll do a little fishing as well. We're launching at the new State Line Auxiliary ramp that was built this past year. It's the only ramp that's operational at Lake Powell. Wallweed, Antelope Point, Bullfrog, and Hall's Crossing launch ramps are 25 to 60 feet out of the water. Construction has begun on the Bullfrog North launch ramp, often called the Executive Ramp, and it's scheduled to be completed this April. The Bullfrog North ramp is being extended down to an elevation of 3525. The elevation of Lake Powell today.
It's gonna be a blast. Sun's out, no wind right now. I get to see a part of the world I've never seen. I'm excited.
Joining us is my two buddies, Jeff and Nate. They've been to Lake Powell, but never like this. We'll be touring 160 miles of the lake on the SeaDoo Fish Pro.
Okay, everybody ready to go?
We're good.
Okay, let's go to the Escalante.
A few things you'll notice this year is the canyons are much tighter, even the main channel. When we arrived at Antelope Point Marina, the space between the houseboats and the canyon walls is getting pretty tight. This is the only way to get up lake from Wallweed. So take your time, be courteous, and enjoy the view. At times, the water is so smooth it's hard to distinguish the canyon walls from the water.
It's gorgeous! Last mile!
Late winter is an amazing time to visit Lake Powell.
So we're gonna cruise up around the corner, and I think we're gonna go up into Reflection Canyon. It's an amazing canyon, and with the water down low, it's a really cool opportunity to see how it winds through the rocks. So we're gonna go up there and check it out. So I think Adam's got a GoPro. We're gonna let him, he gets to be the first one.
Reflection Canyon is near Buoy 57, just across from the mouth of the San Juan River confluence. It's not known how this canyon officially was named, but one can only guess that the tranquil waters and the beautiful reflections of sandstone and sky inspired its name. It's one of my favorite canyons on the lake, but not our destination today. Gregory Arch is in 50 Mile Creek, a canyon about 8 miles into the Escalante Arm. Entering the canyon, I didn't know what to expect or how I'd react when I finally got to see Gregory Arch. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. I didn't even see it at first.
Really?
Gregory Arch, or Gregory Natural Bridge as it's officially known, disappeared under the waters of Lake Powell in 1969. It reemerged last fall, and by the looks of it, the 127-foot-long bridge is about halfway exposed. How long it stays visible will be determined by the duration of the drought. So my dad started coming down to Lake Powell in the late 60s, about 1967, 68. Got some old video of memories back then, but one of the memories I have is him under this arch in the boat, and a few people were touching the top of Gregory Arch. And I remember him saying that they could get the boat through, and when they came back, the water was rising a lot, and there was only about 3 or 4 inches of room between the boat and the arch, and that was the last time that our family ever saw it until now.
Oh, fish on, fish on. Another striper.
The low water this year has opened up some areas in Glen Canyon for some hiking and exploring. Boating is still by far the most popular way to experience Lake Powell, and this year, with the lower water levels, boaters will need to be a little more cautious.
I think the one thing that people need to know, there are hazards in the lake that were never there before. They were always underwater. And so you got to be really careful with that. Follow the buoys and be careful when you go off into a side canyon. Just slow down for the first time, because they can be hidden right out in the middle where you would think they would no way be there.
Another thing to consider this year is that Dangling Rope Marina, the mid-lake fuel stop for thousands of boaters, is closed this year and will not open. It's going to take some planning for an extended stay in the middle part of the lake, but the scenery and the solitude should be prime.
Here in 50 Mile, what's really kind of cool is there's a set of these, we believe them to be Moki steps right up here. And you can see the little footsteps carved in the stone. And last year, that was all underwater.
Divots in the sandstone called Moki steps tell of the ancestral Puebloans that frequented the canyon. They carved these Moki steps to act as hand and footholds so they could climb in and out of the steep canyon walls.
So we're going to go over to the Cathedral of the Desert.
It's kind of a historic place, isn't it?
It's pretty much the coolest place on Lake Powell, I think. Most people will agree. It's Clear Creek is the canyon name. And just go to the end and you'll be blown away.
I'm guessing it's about a 400, maybe 500 yard walk up. We got 2 bends to make, so crazy.
The last time I recall the water in Lake Powell even close to this low was back in 2005. But even then, it was 30 feet higher than it is today. Every other time I've come to the Cathedral in the desert, we've boated right over the top. This year, you'll be able to see the entire cathedral. You'll just need to hike to it.
I'd say that silt's about 6 feet tall right here, huh?
As we rounded the last bend, the cathedral that some say is the ultimate magical place in Glen Canyon came into view. Cathedral in the desert quite literally mimics a common cathedral, with sandstone cliffs with finger-like projections in the varnish that stretch upwards on the narrow canyon walls, like spires reaching into heaven. The cathedral is complemented by a 60-foot waterfall pouring into this giant natural amphitheater of sandstone, water, and slivers of light.
This is incredible. It's beautiful. I mean, I've never been here, even though, it's one of the highlights of Lake Powell. It's pretty amazing. Cool to see.
There's just something about this place. Those people who come here, like I've always said, I think it can change a person. It's changed me. Never get tired of coming to this great place. I have books and pictures of people back in the 60s and the 50s that came back up in here and they shown all these canyons, and now we're getting to see some of those. So it's truly a remarkable experience to be here.
Over the years, since when they built the dam and the water started backing up into here, we get a lot of runoff. Clear Creek Canyon, most of it comes right down through here. So all this sediment, all this silt has been coming down, it hits the water and it stops. And it just starts settling here, settling here, settling here. So for 50-something years, it's been building up. And now with the water being receded, the lake being lower, we had some good monsoons last summer and get a lot of rain. So with that water coming down, it's just flushed this completely out. And if you walk over to the edge, what is that, 25 feet down there? And that's all washed away. So it's fascinating to see. Mother Nature's taking it back.
The low water is giving us a glimpse of what Cathedral in the Desert and Glen Canyon was like before Glen Canyon Dam. I love Lake Powell. My family has so many memories down here, but part of me would have loved to have seen Glen Canyon before it was flooded by the waters of Lake Powell. That's why getting down here to experience this is something I've been looking forward to for a long time.
The guys that have been here a lot, Adam and Bob, they're just awestruck because they've been here so many times. To me, I don't know any different, but to them, they've seen it change over the years, and so, it's special for them too because it's different for them. So that's exciting to see them get excited about those changes.
So we camped just northwest of Clear Creek Canyon, found a nice little bar coming out into the lake, and had enough sand to park the machines on. And everybody had tents, and we had cots and pillows and sleeping bags and chairs to sit on. We had Lake Powell taco salads, kind of a tradition for us.
It just blows my mind that we slept that comfortable, we were warm, and that was all in the SeaDoo Fish Pro. Blows me away.
Isn't that crazy? We can put that much equipment on those machines.
So if you are new to Lake Powell or even a seasoned Lake Powell user, Bob and Uplake Adventures can show you Glen Canyon like you've never seen before. He also runs a side-by-side guide service in and around Glen Canyon called Upland Adventures. Both of his excursions are all-inclusive. Food, gear, the ride, it's all included. It's a Lake Powell experience everyone should try.
103, good luck.
Bob also has plans to hold another Lake Powell SeaDoo Fish Pro tournament later this year. We'll keep you updated on the tournament.
Well, the highlight for me really was Gregory and seeing the cathedral with no water in it. I mean, that might be the only time I ever see it in my lifetime.
Yeah, we never know when that water's coming back up.
Yeah.
We hope it does, but
It will,
yeah.
I hope. Like you were saying, people are just gonna have a little patience this year when they come down and with the ramps, because this is the only ramp in town right now.
It is.
On the lake, so.
It is, but I think we at least showed that Lake Powell is still doable.
Yeah.
It's still absolutely wonderful, even in low water, so come on down.
Well, hey, if you want to come down and have an amazing adventure, whether uplake or upland, give our old buddy Bob Reed a call. I'm Adam Eagle. Remind you to get with your family, your friends. Make some memories, like a trip on a SeaDoo outdoors. We'll see you next weekend. Good night.
Woohoo!